Okay, Hazemeg here. So upon further inspection, this is indeed a GoPro mount, okay? And I have a GoPro right here. Hazemeg doesn't use GoPros, but I have one. Yeah, my buddy gave this to me. I also have a SJ Cam, which is a copy of a GoPro. So this actually mounts right here. Kerplam. So if you have any kind of GoPro accessories, it will work with this. Not this one though. Apparently, this one doesn't want to fit for whatever reason. There we go. It fits, but it fits very snugly. Okay, but this one does. So this is actually a seat post mount or something. You're supposed to mount it on your seat post, so I guess you can get a rear view of the thing. So one thing I've noticed is the screw that tightens it all doesn't fit in it. So yeah, no fit. But it fits through the GoPro hole. So this is the holes on this are the wrong diameter for this. We're going to have to drill that out or ream it out or something. So I'm a little disappointed in that. Also, this will not work on the bike. I'm going to work on buying another mount. This is already the frustrating thing about this display is it doesn't come with proper mounting hardware. Okay, it's like kind of you choose which mount you want and you use it. You know, yeah, it's kind of what the hell. But anyway, if I was to mount it on the handlebar, this one fits perfectly. If I was to mount it on the handlebar, it would mount like this way. So I don't think it's supposed to be mounted that way. It would look like that on the handlebar. So if Hazemeg a ghetto rigs this, I have an elbow thing here, and I have this. Ugh, once again, it doesn't fit. It only fits on like, okay, there we go. Really tight. It's like you can see the little wings are like are crooked, you know, they're bowing and stuff. And then mount this here, and then you can mount it like that. There you go. And you would mount it all the way down like that, and then that would fit on the handlebar. So in the meantime, that's what we can do until I get a proper handlebar mount. I don't have one. Okay, Hazemeg doesn't use GoPros, but I do have some GoPro accessories. So because I have a camera, I have a GoPro clone is what I have. I don't really use it all that much. So this is like a 90-degree adapter here. It lets your thing swivel like 90 degrees. And I mean both, yeah. I mean it pretty much turns it 90 degrees. So that would work on the handlebar. But then it would look kind of goofy. It's got these things sticking out of it. I don't like it. It doesn't look clean. Okay? I don't like that this doesn't fit in here properly. And I don't like that this one doesn't fit in here, okay? So it fits in all of these. See? Fits in all of these. Just to prove it works, I'll screw this one in. This is a little kind of cheap one. If Hazemeg had some genuine GoPro stuff, it would be, you know, better quality. But yeah, so that's the way it works. It works by squeezing these three, or these two at the end, and it squeezes the one in the middle, which is on the NXT controller. Okay, so yeah, that's how it works. Also, upon further inspection, looks like these screws are like screwed in all the way, maybe. Anyway, if you look here on the side, you can push it in. See, it's like it's been kind of sandwiched between two pieces of plastic, but it looks like water and stuff can get in there. Now I don't know what's in it. I don't really want to take it apart. But let's hope, like, you know, if water does get into those seams, I'm thinking I should coat that with some RTV, silicone RTV, to seal it up so no water gets in it. We wouldn't want water getting in there. But also, if water does get in there, you would want it to evaporate too. So I don't know what to say, man, but all I'm saying is if I wash my bike, and I get it pretty wet, will my bike still work after? Will this thing still function after I wash my bike? That's what I like to know. Well, I guess we'll find out when I install it. I'll go wash my bike. Yeah, so yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that there's no mounting accessories for it. Or at least, I think it should have stuff to mount it on your bike. Because as it is, out of the box, you cannot mount it to your bike. Because I don't have a GoPro mount. Okay, it doesn't mention that you use a GoPro mount on the website either. So it's kind of meh. But that's okay. I can make it work. What you need is a handlebar mount for a bicycle handlebar mount for a GoPro. Okay, and then that should work. I looked at a couple on eBay. There's one that mounts like kind of right on top of the bar. There's one that like it moves it up a little bit. I'm not really sure which one, but they're really inexpensive. You can probably, for less than $10, you can get one, and you can get one made out of a nice aluminum. Okay, none of this plastic stuff here, One thing I want to make it is theft proof. I don't want it to be easily taken off the bike, okay? That's one thing I don't want. I have ram mounts on my bike, and I thought about using a ram mount to mount it. Like, I could probably just ditch this GoPro mount and then stick a ram mount to this somehow, if I maybe take the case apart. But the one thing I don't like about the ram mount is it's easily detachable. You can just you loosen the arm and boop, it pops right out. So I don't like that. So I want it to be permanently affixed to the bike. I don't want it to come out of the bike, So that's what I want to say. I could make a mount. I could make a mount with this. Huh. Hades Omega could make a mount for this out of aluminum. All I'd have to do is drill a hole in it. Hades Omega's thinking like, man, I could home make a mount right for this. But ideally, I think I'm just going to get something pre-made off of eBay for like a GoPro mount. There's GoPro has like a ton of accessories for it, not necessarily by GoPro, but I think that's probably what I'm going to go with. But I could possibly make one if I you know what? I might be able to use the mount that's on my Suron right now. So Hades Omega is thinking he's got his thinking cap on. And I think I could repurpose the mount for my Suron Light B. So you can see here, this is the Hades Omega spec Suron computer mount, okay? So if you guys are familiar with what a stock Suron looks like, it's got like a button, a sport mode button, and then this is mounted onto the sport mode button on the side here. This gauge used to be like where the egg rider is right now, sort of. And the previous owner got rid of that switch, so they just zip tie this to the handlebar. So to make it less ghetto, I made this mount for it, okay? So this mount is attached with a piece of hose here. So it's got nice little rubber mounting so it doesn't like scrape up the bars and stuff, and it doesn't move at all. It's pretty good. So what Hades Omega could do is take the old computer off and just slip the new one, the NXT controller onto this, and it'll fit right on here. That might actually work. Let me go get it real quick. Okay, here we go. Will it work? Yes, it will work. It will work, but I think it's too low. We might have to make a new mount. Nah, it might work. Maybe something like that. Oh, you know what? We could probably just use the hole up here. Yeah. I already got 2 holes drilled into it. It depends how far this thing goes in there. See what I'm talking about? See where the hole is? And then this has to reach all the way down there. But we have to take the old Suron computer off. So one thing Hades Omega needs to do, is realizing Hades Omega needs to do with his bike, is fix the wiring on his bike. The wiring is pretty messed up on my bike. So one thing Hades Omega wants to do is add a light switch. So I was going to turn this switch I was gonna wire this switch so it turns the headlight on and off, so I could save some power during the day, you know, and only use it when I need it at night. And my turn signal got yanked off. That's why my right turn signal doesn't work. It's missing the wire. The wire's right here. So I have some wiring stuff to fix on my bike before we install the NXT. So in the process, I think I'm gonna uninstall this Suron gauge because we don't need it anymore. So I'm gonna go trace it. I think it's underneath this skid plate and stuff here. So I have to do a lot of work to the bike, but yeah. But first, we can just remove the gauge first. We'll remove the gauge and we'll stick it on there. We'll see if it works. I might actually be able to use this. So maybe I won't order the Gopro mount. I actually like this. This is Hades Omega's own creation. If you want to see a video of how I made it, I'll put a link at the end of the description. Basically, it moves your Suron computer from here to here, and it mounts it pretty good. I've been using it ever since I've gotten the bike, or ever since I changed the handlebars on the bike, which is a while now. And it works great, man. I like it, even though I don't really use the gauge anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, it'll install like this. I could also flip this around, and it could mount right here too. But it'll be too close to the RAM mount. I use this RAM mount for GPS and my phone mount, so I kind of have to have this here. So I could scooch it over a tiny bit, but I think that's even better, yeah, if I leave it where it's at right now. So it's a little offset to the left. That way it won't interfere with this. So this will actually work. Huh, I am surprised. So, okay, so that is the NXT mounting video. So Hades Omega is trying to plan everything out. I think I don't have to buy anything. I think I can utilize this. All we got to do is take this off and then plop this on there. So when I got some time, we'll go ahead and do that. I think Hades Omega doesn't even have to do anything. So the way that's going to work is we're going to put a bolt right through here and a nut on the other side of that, and this is going to squeeze the two wings right here onto this, okay, and then it'll hold it. And now we're going to use a bolt and a nut so it's hard to take off, you know. Hopefully it's the right height. So normally this 90-degree piece of aluminum stock is this long, so I can actually adjust the height, but we would have to make a new one. That's what I was gonna say. So I would have to basically make the same thing like this, but I would have to cut it like higher. Okay, so it can be like really high. It can be up to like maybe like right here too, if you want it. So I mean, it's on the top. It's not really gonna get damaged if you drop the bike because it's on the top of the handlebar. So that's a good thing. Yeah, and it's good. It's mounted on rubber too, so it's not totally solid. So it will flex a little bit, and that's what you want. You don't want this thing like bouncing around so much. You know, it might break the mount off or stuff. So this kind of acts like a shock absorber too. So I really like this design that I made. You know, sometimes Hades Omega impresses himself type of thing. You know, so yeah, it looks like we don't even need to use a GoPro mount because I've got something similar. So we'll try the Hades Omega spec Suron computer mount, see if that works. And if not, we'll try to make something. We'll make something work. Maybe Hades Omega doesn't have to spend any money to mount this device. Okay, but some work will be required. But you could, if you order one of these before you get it, buy a handlebar GoPro mount. I think that's what you want. I think it's a 31.8 millimeter. Yeah, 31.8 millimeter, I think is what you want. You're going to want something similar to this, but not quite like this. You want it to not have stuff sticking out of it like this, and you don't want it, and you wouldn't want something that's easily removable like this. You just want to basically, yeah, you just take the screw out of this. So the screw does come off of this, so you can take that screw out and put it right through there. And I'm kind of disappointed that this doesn't go through the hole, man. It needs to be reamed out. So hopefully we don't have to do that. We'll use hopefully my screws will fit right through this. I think it will. So all right, so that's the first part of the NXT install. Hades Omega is trying to figure out how he's even gonna mount it. Okay, so before I even started installing it, I've already had to spin the hamster wheel in the Hades Omega's head. Hopefully it works. And honestly, I I don't really know which way it installs. Hopefully it installs like this with the wire going to the right. I don't know if you can flip it over or not. That's a good question. That's a good question. Because I'm sure people have different handlebar setups, you know. So, yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. But yeah, that's some work in progress. So, Hazel Mega's already brainstorming stuff. All right, here's me go.